Hello Mzansi, sanamkela ku-Dijo Le Bophelo la kwa SABC 2. The aim of our show is to help deal with food-related issues in order for us to live healthier, happier lives. Every week sinimeme ukuthi nisibuze noma yini enifuna ukuyazi ngokudla. Bese ke thina sithola ongqondo bethu ukuthi baphendule imibuzo yenu. Namhlanje sikhuluma ngokudla okwazi ukuboost i-concentration yakho ne-memory. Katleho Masilo obuya eKliphoki uthumele i-video on our Facebook page with a few questions.
Hi, Dijo Le Bophelo. I'd like to ask a question based on the foods that we eat. Like, can it contribute to the lack of memory and concentration?
Siyasahamba siyahlangana noKatli to learn more about her before siphendula imibuzo yakhe. Ariboneni?
Katleho, I am 21 years old, and I love the gym. I'm in college, I'm studying drafting. And we all know how that can be so hectic because, you know, with the pressure from the family and the school as well, with the marks, the assignments, the due dates, everything has to be submitted on time, especially with the exams coming up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I kind of struggle a bit. I can't work under pressure. I have a problem with concentrating, yes. So I always have to regain my energy with energy drinks and coffee and all of that. And my mom keeps on complaining about it because it's not good for my health. And most of the people that are looking up to me know that I have to actually, you know, work hard for them and actually make them proud, especially my mom because, you know, she's a single parent. And my brother as well wants his little sister to do her best. So at everything that I actually do, it's like pressure and pressure and pressure. So Dijo Le Bophelo, I'd really like your help in the foods that I can actually eat in order for me to enhance my memory and concentration so that actually I can, you know, be very energetic in everything that I actually do so that I can be able to, you know, suck in everything that I'm actually studying.
We are joined by nutritionist Tinashe Chikowore, who will be answering imibuzo kaKatleho. Besicela nijoine ingxoxo yethu ku Twitter @Dijo Le Bophelo, Facebook Dijo Le Bophelo, or email us dijolebophelo@sabc.co.za. Siyabuya khona manje. Welcome back. Usasenami la ku-Dijo Le Bophelo. Namhlanje sikhuluma ngokudla okuzokunceda ukuthi uboost concentration ne-memory yakho. Because that's our question from Katleho. Our nutritionist, Dr.Tinashe Chikowore, will be giving valuable answers to imibuzo kaKatleho. Dr. Tinashe, good morning.
Thank you, Kabudema.
And I like calling you doctor. I love that.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now, before the break, we heard that Katleho is in tertiary and she's struggling to concentrate when she's studying. So she wants to know what she has specific questions that she posted on our Facebook page, and we will be answering these questions with our expert, Dr. Tinashe. Now, you can also have a say, la Twitter @Dijo Le Bophelo, or go Facebook, Dijo Le Bophelo, or email us, dijolebophelo@sabc.co.za. My doctor, this is not the first time I hear people complaining about lack of concentration or memory loss.
Yeah.
Sometimes people think, it's age. Really, you've got memory loss because you're getting older.
Wow.
What is the problem?
I think maybe the first thing is to understand what is concentration. So concentration is the ability to focus on a particular aspect, be it you're studying, to focus on that study, so that you're not irritable and you're not diverting to many other things, but you're focusing at the task at hand so that you are able to complete it.
Why is it hard to concentrate though, doctor?
It's hard to concentrate because when you're concentrating, it means you're engaging our mind. Our mind is the one that is focusing at the task at hand. So the mind itself is affected by what we eat. So there are various foods that we will be discussing in the show, which actually affect our brain. But it affects our brain on actually 3 levels. So our brain is made out of about 100 billions of neurons. So these neurons have a cell surface, like the surface, is it? So it means food can affect that surface. But also these neurons are fed with oxygen, is it? They're fed with what? With food, which is glucose.
Yes.
But that feeding comes through what? Blood. So it means there are many blood vessels that actually find in the what? In the brain.
So is it true when they say when you're yawning, you're getting oxygen into the brain?
Actually, what's happened is the brain, it should always have a supply of oxygen. So you should, even if when people faint, actually, I think the biggest example is when people faint. Usually people faint because there's a cut of what? Of oxygen. So the body just feels, oh, maybe oxygen supply is from there, it switches off everything. The brain is the one which controls like almost everything.
I love that. It's the center point.
It's the center, yeah. So it should actually be kept alive.
Let's see Katleho's question.
I drink a lot of energy drinks and coffee to help me regain my energy. And I'd like to know, how does that affect my memory, and which other foods can I avoid?
Doctor, this is true. People say, oh, I can't study without my coffee. I need an energy drink. And that's what people say. So I need to know. I can feel it. You're going to speak about the caffeine that's in here.
Yes.
Please explain how this can really kill our concentration and our memory instead of enhancing it as we think.
Yes. But actually, maybe let's start with the enhancing.
Okay, yes.
You find that most people, when they've assignments, deadlines, they want to be awake. You know, some don't even want to sleep.
Yes.
They want to cross night and cover everything. So when they get that coffee, you can see they become so much alert, and it becomes something that they're dependent on.
Yes.
That for me to complete this task, I need to have that.
need coffee.
But that dependence creates now a challenge. Because when you don't have that coffee, it means you're irritable.
Yes.
You can't even concentrate. Caffeine is a stimulator, so it stimulates, so it makes the blood flow.
But a
very
bad
fast.
stimulator.
Yes, a bad stimulator, because it then becomes addictive. So what you want, you don't want things that are addictive, such that you can actually work optimally and independently.
What does this do to your brain?
So what it does to the brain specifically, it makes now the brain get used to that. So the brain will now crave for what? For caffeine. So that's why you find people have headaches. Those are just signs that we need. So the brain is craving. So the brain is now dependent.
Okay. So, besides the coffee, I have a lot of people that I work with in the industry, energy drinks.
Yes.
They need energy drinks. And I know energy drinks are packed with caffeine and they're packed with sugar.
Exactly. Yep.
What does this do to your brain?
There are foods like sugar. They quickly you eat them, then they quickly are transmitted to the brain, like all of it quickly. Then it's used up. Then the brain gets to drop. So those ups and downs, actually are affecting your concentration. And we see this is common. You know, like most people, when they want to do work, they want to have these drinks
lined up
around them. Such that, but actually it's actually disservice, because I think it's even wasting time, because the time that you're eating, if you could have focused it on the task at hand, you could have completed much faster.
Why do we believe this works? Is it because it works for those few minutes?
Just that few minutes, then it just gives you the rise, then you go down.
I think I know what the problem is. I think we notice the rise. When the drop happens, we don't assume it's this. We assume the drop is just, I guess I don't have energy, I need more.
Something. Exactly, then we go back. But actually, we shouldn't be doing that, because there are foods that can actually make sure we have a constant supply of sugar and
all energy drinks have got
sugar and caffeine.
Guys, I hope it's really.
Yes.
Right. Oh, the favorite, of course. I mean, how do these affect your memory and your concentration?
And I think of particular concern is something called monosodium glutamate. I think if you check on those packages, it's written MSG.
Yes.
And even some, when they're marketing, they can even say MSG free.
Yes.
But we don't even care, why is it MSG free? Why is this MSG? We just go and rush for it and eat. So actually what happens is, I said, we have neurons, and these neurons like have a form of, can say, electricity in which they communicate. So there are chemicals which can actually influence how those messages are stimulated. So MSG actually affects that processing of the information. And studies have even shown that it can even lead to those nutrients, the neurons, some of them dying. So it means the continual use of this, you're actually depleting the memory function of your brain, because you're losing those neurons. Because the neurons are the small blocks where the thinking, that memory is okay. But if you're now losing them because you're using MSG, so it means definitely your memory is getting depleted with time. But it doesn't mean that it happens instantaneously.
Of course, over
definitely.
time. But you know what the sad thing is? We don't realize the danger of these because when we eat them, there's no problem.
Yeah,
but
there's no
later,
problem.
when I've got memory issues, I don't think it's
I
because of
cannot
that.
even bring it back to this.
Yes, I'll still think it's because of. But if I'm someone that likes chips, maybe when I want to concentrate or when I want to work, maybe like past 12, maybe then I should make my own.
I think also maybe the key issue which tricks us is taste.
Yes.
You know, so
Yes.
when I'm eating potato, which is like this, I want it to taste like
this.
Yes, the more you understand whether these chips are beneficial or harmful to you, you can even take override of the taste. It might taste nice, but the implications that your mind has about this nice taste can actually prohibit you from eating it.
That's brilliant.
So it's not fast. So what actually it means is we have less information.
Yes.
Because when you have more information and we are so convinced, even if it tastes so good, we might not even eat it.
Because we know better.
Because we know better, yeah.
You're incredible, right? Oh, now, you know all about this. This is a favorite. It's easy, it's there. You know, me and my friends, we sit and, hey, let's have this. And it's really bad. But you don't realize how bad this is for your brain and for your concentration, especially now with people that are studying or writing exams. They think this is quick and easy and good.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't need much time of preparations in that. And there are blood vessels that flow in this brain.
Yes.
So it means those blood vessels, like for instance, we talk about strokes. What happens in a stroke? So it means that artery is blocked down and all that. But even before it blocks to get to a stroke, it means that artery, the vessel should actually be healthy. It should be in good shape.
Yes.
But if you're eating foods which are high in these trans fats or even saturated fats, it means we're even damaging that thing.
Doctor, with the way you speak, do you eat any processed food?
Okay, so I think processed is a big word.
Yes.
But I'm a vegetarian already, so I don't eat food like this.
Okay.
But not to say that we are branding people who eat them.
Yes.
But I think the key issue is we can empower each other to make beneficial health choices, such that whatever we eat, we actually eat food that is beneficial to us.
Okay.
But actually, the less that we do away with processed food, and the more that we actually stick with the whole grain foods, we actually find that it's not only beneficial for our mind, but it's actually beneficial for the whole body itself.
I'm asking you this because I know the viewers are looking at you and they're saying, he speaks well, but does he live this life?
Maybe he might also
is
do that.
Easy?
But it's easy. To me, I think it comes back to the key issue that I'm saying. How much are you convinced? Like, we might say this, but do you really get to start to read it more such that you can actually understand it?
Plant-based diet. Right. I mean, you already touched on sugar.
Yeah.
And you already touched on salt, right? I mean, this is sodium.
Yes.
Completely bad for us.
Yeah.
But it's convenient and it's cheaper and people buy it in bulk. But no one realizes how bad this is.
Looking at salt, there are many things that have been said about salt, like we start with hypertension. But I think our thinking is maybe hypertension is only the blood vessels, maybe in your hands or in your legs or your swelling, or maybe something to do with your heart.
Yes.
But the blood vessels are everywhere. So it means even in the brain, where there are blood vessels, and high blood pressure can actually cause damage. The blood vessels themselves should be elastic, so that as you are pumping, they can actually progress the blood through the whole body and everywhere, where the veins actually and the arteries are going. But the problem is when your high blood pressure is high, they actually become stiff. And they can even then rupture, like when you talk of strokes and what have you. But the key essence is the healthiness of that artery. So when you take so much salt, you actually increase your high blood pressure because water follows what? Salt. Then your blood pressure actually increases. So that's why you see most of the people, if you look at our elderly people, most of them have high blood pressure. And but fortunately enough, our government has stepped in South Africa. Like we might look at this salt and think this is the bad thing. But it's surprising to actually see that in bread, like there's too much salt. So there's not even legislation to make sure that the amount of salt that is put even in foods that we don't see. Because what's more dangerous is the hidden, the one that you are not
Of course.
Because this one, yes, it's a habit that we have, like maybe amongst men, that before you taste food, you just eat salt. You don't even taste it. Which is a bad habit.
Is our palate designed in a way that we need the salt? It's almost like people need the extra salt.
No, it's not needing per se, but what happens is our taste adapts. The taste is just used to that. So even to someone who maybe likes spicy foods or salty foods, it's just the taste. But at the end of the day, the taste is just the reception.
But speaking about taste,
how it affects the other systems.
Next question.
Which foods should I actually eat to actually help me enhance my memory span and my concentration span?
So you've brought some good food.
Yeah.
That would help boost concentration and memory. Look, I love these. And I'm telling you, these are not the cheapest. These are, what, blueberries, blackberries?
Yeah, blueberries.
Blueberries.
Yeah. But before we go to the specific foods, because someone will just say, I want to pass my exams. I want to finish this week. I'll just buy maybe a kg of blueberries.
Yes.
Then I'm just eating. Then
Noise.
It'll be. So what we're just trying to say is there are foods which will allow the brain to be maintained in a proper and optimal condition.
Okay.
The foods that even can prevent the effects of those dangerous foods. So these are the foods that we're talking about. But it doesn't mean that you're going to eat them on their own.
Of course.
It means they are part of your existing diet.
Yes.
The key issue, the magic is not in a particular food, but it's actually how you set up your whole diet.
So it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah,
then.
it's a lifestyle
change.
change.
That's the only time that things will get better for you. That's how your concentration will change. That's how your memory will change.
Exactly.
And most of the time they say, if you want to be healthy, stop eating food that has got commercials.
Yep.
So the food that's got commercials, stop it, because that's not going to help you.
Wow. So it's not only blueberries. So we're talking about blueberries
Strawberries?
because of, any berries.
Okay.
Because these berries also might have vitamin C. So what happens is we're talking about those trans fat, we're talking about the MSG damaging those arteries. So the body has a defense which comes from food. So things that we call like antioxidants, is it? So they come from these blueberries. So the harmful things that you've been having or being exposed, so they protect such that it is not what the arteries are not damaged and even your neurons. You cannot be sure that, okay, I've eaten this much, so this much
will balance me out.
Can't really do it. But the whole idea is if this is there and it's beneficial, why not just focus on it? Why bring? It's more like, let me drink. We know there's a venom and anti-venom.
Yes.
Like if a snake bites you, then you can get an anti-venom.
Venom,
too.
yes.
I can just play with snakes, they bite me. But you might die before you get to the venom. Or maybe anti-venom, or you might harm before you even get the benefit.
I hear you.
So I think it's good to focus on the benefit.
So this is my favorite, avocado.
Yes,
I mean,
avocados,
people love this. And it's got good fats.
Good fat and also vitamin E.
Yeah.
So vitamin E is also part of those antioxidants that protect also from the harm that is caused.
So the foods that we looked at before, those are damaging your brain and your
But these ones defend.
These ones
and
defend,
protect.
but they're not really boosting you.
So which comes to the point, it doesn't mean that if you eat well, you're going to be intelligent. So there's a part of eating, there's a part of studying.
Okay.
So you have to learn. So if it's mathematics, you have to be taught to learn it.
Yes.
But sometimes maybe why you are struggling, it's maybe because of what you are eating.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean that if you have eaten well, then you should not study.
Yeah.
You still have to study.
Yeah, of course.
But if you are learning and the brain is not in a good mindset,
you're getting nowhere.
then you're going nowhere.
I love that.
Yeah.
And my favorite, nuts.
Yes, nuts.
Peanuts, walnuts, cashew nuts, even
nuts.
pistachios.
Yeah. So maybe even coming to nuts, people then talk, these things are expensive. Just
Yes.
check how much they cost.
Yes.
So there are various types of nuts. And it doesn't mean that, walnuts only are the best, or almonds. I think almonds are the darling of everyone because of the beneficial omegas that they have and even the proteins that they have. But it's true, they might have more of the beneficial fat, like if you're going to compare. So the difference is just like maybe if you look at omega-3, that maybe the almonds have more of it compared to the others. Nuts are really good. They're a good source of protein. They're a good source also of those oils that make our neurons in the brain to be beneficial. But what I'm trying to make a point is, regardless of what you can afford, any nut is beneficial.
Yes.
Because if you're going to eat more, so it means you need less of almonds maybe, but more of peanuts. But if they are cheap, you can have them more.
Yes.
But even it doesn't mean that the more that you eat is harmful. No, actually, these are natural, these are whole. So you're not even eating more. It's difficult.
And they're an easy snack as well. In your pocket, you can easily snack on them.
Yeah, they're beneficial snack.
Incredible. So Dr. Tinashe, in conclusion, right, talking to Katleho, our concentration memory patient, what final words would you say?
So what I'll just say to Katleho is food really matters when it comes to concentrating. And the best way for you to use food so that it can help your concentration is actually choose those foods which are not refined. Actually make sure you avoid too much salt and sugar, but also add more of the fruits and vitamins that we get from the fruits and vegetables and the blueberries that we have mentioned about. Eat a variety of these, like even the peanuts that we're talking about.
Thank you, doctor, so much for your valuable information.
Yes, it was a pleasure being part of your show,
I learn a lot every time you're here.
Thank you so much.
Bakithi uzwile bathi help yourself, help your body. Ingabe khona okunye futhi okufundile la kule show yethu namhlanje? Unombono othize ufuna ukushare nathi? Woza ku-Twitter @Dijo Le Bophelo or on Facebook @Dijo Le Bophelo or email me dijolebophelo@sabc.co.za. This interview is being posted online for Katleho to view and take our notes. Now we're pindungene nathi sibukele ku SABC Education lapha kwa YouTube sifune Dijo Le Bophelo. Uma sibuye itolo we travel back to Katli to hear what she has learned from Dr. Tinashe. Stay tuned, siyabuya manje. Welcome back. Usasenami la Dijo Le Bophelo la kwa SABC2. When we met to Katleho earlier on a showing, she wanted to know ukuthi ikuphi ukudla kumele akudle to boost the concentration yakhe and her memory. She has seen ingxoxo yami noTinashe online. Ake sibele ku Katli to find out yini into ayidobhile from today's chat with my expert.
Thank you so much for such an informative show. You know, I've learned so much that, you know, I feel more equipped, you know, with like what I can actually eat to actually regain and help me actually to, you know, be more energized when I study and concentrate even more. So I always knew coffee and energy drinks are bad, but I did not know that they actually steal from my energy reserves. So no more coffee and energy drinks. I'll continue eating on my veggies, especially the leafy green ones, because not only they're good for my body, but they actually boost my concentration and memory span. Thank you, Dijo Le Bophelo, for the valuable lessons. Now I know which foods to eat in order for me to boost my energy so I can actually get my magna cum laude.
Iphela kanjena ke ishow yethu namhlanje kodwa ningakhathazeki niyazi ukuthi ingxoxo iyaqhubeka online. Sponsor nge-tweet @Dijo Le Bophelo or ungiface ku Facebook Dijo Le Bophelo or email me dijolebophelo@sabc.co.za. Bakithi ningakhohlwa ukuthi le show le yenzobele nina. So khulekani sibuzeni zonke bonke mayelana nokudla. Phela ngaphandle kwemibuzo yenu awudololo iDijo Le Bophelo. So please sibuzeni bo via social media, email or akufakite ku kitchen yeposini. Kwazi bani mhlawumbe umbuzo wakho will be chosen as the question of the day for next week's show. Masangane la kwa SABC2 for more Dijo Le Bophelo. Zonibona la, i-date.